What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chaos and today we're going to be learning the intro to liquid latex. It was requested that I teach how to do a Tubbo scar makeup tutorial, and I have been wanting to cosplay Tubbo from the DSMP for a while now. I promised a follow-up video months ago on how to use liquid latex, so let's just get into it. For this video, I'm obviously going to be using my contacts and this brand of liquid latex. All of it will be in the description. I'm still learning how to link things, so I'm just going to put the names and where I got it. Most of these things you can just buy on Amazon, but I'll put all products that I used in the description. Liquid latex is a little hard if you have never used it before. Hopefully you guys have checked out my other scar video and you guys have had some experience with makeup, since liquid latex, jumping straight into it, is a little bit harder to work with. With that being said, let's just get straight into it. To start this video, we're going to prime our faces. I'm just going to go ahead and rub my primer on everywhere that I want the scar, since we probably won't need it anywhere else. And if we do, then I'll just come back to that, and future Chaos can have that problem. To start, you're going to want to put in any contacts you're going to be using for this cosplay. For me, I'm just going to use the cosplay contacts I have, aka I'm going to be using my favorite, my white ones with the black rim. I can make another video on contacts later if you guys would like to learn about them. So his scar is a very jagged explosion scar. So I'm just going to go in with a semi-flat brush like this, and I'm going to start sketching out where I want it. I'm going to be going in with my favorite palette. You guys saw it on the other video, it's my Morph palette, and I'm just going to start sketching out where I want the design. It doesn't have to be perfect either, because explosion scars aren't going to be perfect, so you just want it to be jagged and all in one direction. I'm going to just go in and start making these simple brushes. You want to do simple strokes in one direction. I'm just going to do a few of these. Like maybe one up here by my eye. I'm actually going to bring it over to here. I'm going to do a few little ones, just like that. And as you can see, I already have that base sketch there. I want to bring it kind of over here too, so I'm going to go up here. Just like that. Now if you're going to be bringing it down onto your neck, go ahead and start sketching it onto your neck as well. I want it to kind of line up like this, so I'm gonna line up with the scar, and I kind of want it to be like it came from this direction. So I'm going to sketch it onto my neck, and then I will be right back. Okay, so now I have my sketch down. It's roughly what I'm going to be wanting to do. I'm going to be going in with my liquid latex next, and I just want to grab some brush, like this, kind of like a paintbrush, that if it gets damaged, I don't care. You're going to dip it into your liquid latex, and you're just going to go in and just color between the lines. That's all you're gonna do. You do not have to do this process if you want a simpler scar. It is totally okay to not use liquid latex. For the type of scar I want to go for, I want to have a layer of liquid latex on my actual skin to make it look like the burned skin where the scar is is actually kind of coming up and sticking out or peeling back like a bad sunburn. Remember to shake up your liquid latex, guys. So you just want to layer it on, and for a while it's going to look white, but trust me, it will end up drying clear. And you want to make sure that you don't get it in your hair because it does hurt to get out. So just be careful. So you don't want it anywhere near your eye or your eyebrow or your hairline, because it's bad to get it in your eyes because it is chemicals. So please be careful. Know where you're putting it. Take your time as well. And I'm just following my hairline here and just staying relatively away from my little hairs. It kind of feels like you have glue on your skin. So if you had ever put glue on your skin as a kid, like on your hands, and then peeled it off, it's gonna feel like that. Okay, so now that you have your liquid latex base down and you have it still white and you're waiting for it to dry, you gotta go and let that dry until it's closer to this up here where it's actually clear now, and you can see that this is starting to dry. So I'm gonna come back in a few minutes when it's dry and we are gonna finish the rest of the process. Okay, so mine's pretty dry now. Obviously it's still a little white in some areas just because of me not shaking the bottle up before I started. So remember to shake up your bottle before you start. Now that you have your base done, you're gonna wanna go in with whatever concealer you have and just dab it over where you have your liquid latex on. It's okay if it kind of goes out of the lines a little bit, since you're gonna you just wanna know where your sketch is so that you're able to still work within the lines. Now that I have a base of concealer down, I'm going to go in with my different skin tones, and I'm going to try and make it look like a burn or older scar mark. I like to go more on the realistic route. You don't have to. I'm going to go in with my palette, and I'm just going to start layering down some reds to give it that red irritated skin undertone. If you have a bit darker skin, then my best advice is probably to play around with what looks best with your skin tone. I'm going to go a little bit behind my ear onto the side of my neck because that would be covered by my wig and other clothing articles later, so I don't have to go all the way around. Now with this part, you're able to fade it into your hairline, so I definitely advise it by going into your hairline with the makeup and bringing it back onto your ear like this. I'm just gonna get the tip of my ear, a little bit of it, and blend it in. Now I'm gonna blend it out with a bigger brush. Okay, so now you have your first layer down. You can totally be fine with this. I'm gonna actually go in with some other skin tones though and start dabbing some browns and some tans into this. You also want to make sure that you have your shadows, so figure out where your light would be coming from and then pick one side of your scar to be able to start making these little lines. So as you can see here, I'm going to go with the bottom. I'm going to kind of make a darker side to show the contrast of where the scar digs into my skin. Just going to do the same kind of thing we did with this sketch. Just going to follow those lines. Take your time as well. This is basically just clean up your edges as well. This is your way of, if you're an artist, adding the black line. I'm just doing it sooner than later because I want to know where my boundaries are. Now I'm just going to continuously go in with the different browns and skin tone colors to make it closer to the kind of burn I want. Also use a bigger, flatter brush with this so that you can have a lot of coverage, blend out your colors. That's going to be your lifesaver in this sense. I'm going to make a little bit of a contrast on my jaw here to make it sharper. So I'm going to take a darker brown and I'm just going to follow my jaw and make that jawline here and shadow it so that you can see the difference in where my neck is versus where my chin is. And then you're just going to blend that out. Usually I just blend downwards. Alright, so I'd say that my scar is relatively done. I'm gonna actually go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and show you guys a sped up version of that. So let's get into it. So I thought I'd come in here and just address what I did. So I darkened the areas around my eyes first to give it that pop. And I added some color around my eyes as well. Just some skin tone colors. Then of course I went in, darkened and thickened up my eyebrows to get that masculine look. And then I also went in with some contour on the cheekbones and my nose. Okay guys, so I am going to go over the nose that I'm going to do for Tubbo, which is using black face paint. And it's the goat nose. All you're going to do is make a little line in this in-between space of your lips, right there. Kind of split your face in half. I always make sure I have chapstick whenever I am trying to put something on my lips for cosplay, because my lips will get chapped if I don't. I did a terrible job when trying to explain this part on the video, so I'm just going to explain it now. You're going to follow your lip and you're going to draw black lines just over the top. And this is kind of like if you were trying to do a lip liner. So yeah, just following it and connecting it to that top line. For the corners, you just want to go in and make small tiny lines in the corners of your mouth and drag them outwards for as big as you want it to be, and then connect that top line back down to it. I have these really thin brushes that I use for this part. They're in the description and I totally advise using them. As you can see, I'm just filling it in now, and that's all you're going to do for the rest of it is just fill in your top lip with either black face paint, or you can also use a black lipstick if you have one. I've found that the black face paint actually works better since mine is the water activated and it doesn't transfer to my bottom lip. Cool, so once you have that, you can either add the nose or don't add the nose. I'm going to add the nose, so I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to draw a simple line by my nostrils. And then you're just going to fill it in with whatever color you want on the bottom. I might be using black right now, but I used to do black for my Fundy cosplay and I recently changed it to brown to match it better. Then just clean up any lines you need to. I'm gonna put the wig on and a different shirt on and I'll show you what it looks like. Bam, there you go. This has been my how to cosplay Tubbo. And hopefully you guys like it. I just threw this part together really quickly so I could show you guys. And now I guess I'm gonna go film Tubbo, which I wasn't expecting to do, but I guess here we are now. So yeah. Hopefully guys, this has helped you in your own cosplay experience, and let me know if you have any more requests on what videos you want.